Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of RawRadiantHealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it is Friday, it's the weekend. You know, I love the weekends. It's finally here. Been waiting for this day. It's been a busy week for me. So I want to talk today about getting bored on the diet. I get emails once in a while, not so often, but here and there I do get emails asking me, like, what do you do to, like, re-inspire, and do you ever hit a point where you get really bored with your food or with a raw food diet or any diet at all? Like, you know, I've seen people get bored on every diet imaginable, even mainstream cooked diet. I mean, the one thing I've noticed is that most people actually eat the same food day in and day out. I'd say, like, you know, most people eat the same breakfast every single day, and usually the same lunch as well, okay? Or they might alternate 2 different lunches. And dinner, it's usually about 3 different dinners they choose from, okay? So in all, people eat about 5 to 7 different types of foods or meals, okay? And they alternate between them. And not very much, okay? Like, you think that, like, if you can do the experiment on yourself and write down every day what you're eating, and you'd be quite surprised to see that, like, there's not as much variation as you actually thought. We like our routine, we like our patterns, everything, and we're not usually very conscious of what we're eating until something happens, and suddenly we become very conscious of it and decide that we're bored and that it's no longer exciting and that it's, you know, yet another meal, and it's kind of like, oh, I've had this yesterday and the day before and the day before that, and I'm bored out of my mind. So what do? And I've hit this point, and I find I hit this point when there's other things in my life that are kind of lackluster as well, that don't have the sparkle anymore. And I find it's almost like the food is more of a reflection of something else going on, okay? And a lot of times it's that you're in that moment, that point in your life where you're about to move forward and you're just at kind of a standstill, and you're looking around and you're just kind of like, you know, and it's just, you just need to take that one more step forward and then everything is bright again, okay? But it's like that middle point. And we all go through this. And so there are ways, definitely, of overcoming this and making your diet and your lifestyle fun again. And, you know, specifically talking about the raw foods, because that's what I do, and I'm going to use that as an example, is I find there's the first thing you can do, and this can be with any diet actually, is really, you know, if you start getting bored with your food, this is a time to go and either buy like a raw food recipe book or go online. There's tons of great raw food free websites full of recipes. I have a great link to a good website. If you go to today's blog at www.rawradianthealth.com/blog, I will post a great link to a good website that's got tons of recipes. And, you know, if you try a few new things, it makes it fun again, because cooking or uncooking, preparing raw foods, it's fun. You know, it doesn't have to be a chore, or it doesn't have to be torturous, but it can be a creative, artistic thing, and you can make it into something that's special, and therefore that will also sort of reawaken your relationship with your food and it being exciting again. So get into trying different recipes if you suddenly feel bored. But I also feel it's a mental thing. It's not even so much the food as it is, like, you know, a lot of times people start the raw food diet or any diet, and it's really exciting at first because it's like, this is all very new, and it's like you don't know what to expect, and you try these foods and they actually taste good, and it's all exciting, and you're on this roll, and then you get used to it, and then you don't crave things anymore, and then suddenly you're like, I'm bored. I've put it to the max. I've done all that I can with this, and now what? Where's the next adventure? Why doesn't the adventure continue? So what I suggest with this, because it is mental, it's not so much the food. It's more, you need something to encourage you to go to the next level. And that there are other levels to go with this, and there are, I guarantee that. And I find what the most important thing to do is actually connect with other people that have similar interests to you. So for example, the raw foods, I would suggest getting in contact with your local meetup group, because there's an actual like raw food meetup groups like all over the world, all, you know, in small towns and in cities. People are putting together these meetup groups where they meet once or twice a month, and they have potlucks, and you meet other people. Like with a raw food meetup group, you'd meet other people that are interested in raw foods, and you eat raw food together. You have like a potluck, and it's a great opportunity to connect with people, because I find, you know, when you're alone doing one of these diets, a lot of times you start feeling like you're alone on your own little island, you know, and there's only so much you can entertain yourself with, right? So you need to get out there and meet other people that have similar interests, and you need to meet people too that have been doing it longer than you, and you need to meet people that are just starting out and that are fresh and they're excited, because both ways, the people that have been doing it for longer than you, they're going to inspire you, especially if you go and you seek out someone that's like, they look good, they're nice, they're radiant, they've got the energy, like there's just something about them that's just like, you know, you're just like, I want a piece of that, I want to be like them. If you can find one person like that, and they can be kind of like your mentor or your role model, and then when you see them, you're excited, you're pumped up again about being on the diet, because you're like, I want to be just like that. And that keeps you inspired to keep moving forward and to having a better and better and better diet. And it also suggests, which is just as important, is to meet people that are new to it. Because the people that are new to it, by you explaining to them how things work and answering their questions and being a role model to them, you know, you feel good about yourself. And you're also, as you're teaching and showing them how to do things, it reinforces why you're doing it, you know, and you're telling them about your experiences and all that you've done. Then, you know, and then you're like, wow, you know, this diet really does work. Look where, you know, I forgot about what life was like when I first started, you know, and before I went on to raw foods or whatever it is, you know. So it's really important to have mentors and have people that you are also raising, okay? Really, really important. And to have a balance of that, so that you're taking, but you're also sharing, okay? Super, super important. You always want a balance. And that's just kind of what I want to end with, is that the one thing that keeps me going, because I do hit those points where I open up the fridge and I'm like, there's nothing there. And then I just close it and I'm like, this sucks, you know? And then I'm just like, wait a minute, like, why am I doing this? Am I doing it for the food? No, I'm doing it because I want to feel great. I want to be hot. I want to take my life as far as it can go, and I want to be the best person I can possibly be. And then my food just starts sparkling, okay? So get back to the goal, okay? So I just want to end off reminding you guys about the group coaching, because that too is a perfect way to re-inspire and re-motivate. So if you're looking to lose some weight, looking to reverse some sort of chronic health condition, or you just need that extra like push, get on to the group coaching with me. It's going to be fantastic. And you don't have to be raw or anything like that. As long as you want to incorporate more healthy food into your diet, that's all that you need, okay? So go to my website, www.RawRadiantHealth.com, click on coaching and check that out, because it's going to be fantastic and a perfect way of getting things going. That, and I also want to just mention that I am hosting one last group for this year for the juice fasting. 10-day juice fasting. I am supporting a group, and we're going to be starting December 1st through 10th. So also go to my website and check out juice fasting there, because it's fantastic and it's perfect. It's right after Thanksgiving, right before the holidays, so you can fit into your beautiful clothing, party it out for the holidays at the end of the year, and look fabulous. So I'm wishing you guys an incredible weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye!